Can't you see with your pupils that the love I have for you too real? You don't need drugs, put them 2 pills down. I never make you feel like them dudes did. I love your natural hair, forget that perm shit. Stop reading them tabloids, you never learn ish. Never ever, 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 ever think you ain't worth it. You were made for a purpose. Why you think them other women want them bigger lips? Or that fatter or bigger hips? Why they stuff the lips with collagen? If you had no idea where you think they got it from. Tune in to Raw Topic.
Wait a second, wait a minute. For you to realize I probably wait forever. Realize this is the bed we made together. Why am I the only one that wants to make it better? See, I'm sick, even though I doctored you. And I'm patient, the house is the hospital. And I'm smoking more than ever now. Trying to get my nerves to settle down. Inhale, exhale, I swear you're killing me. But I can't get enough. The scratches on my back is proof that we did it. But you're no good for me, I need to give it up.
What's good, everybody? You guys, today we got a local legend on the show for you guys. My name is Hamin Phillips.
And I'm Renee Beck Santiago. Thanks for joining. Today we are here with Chalant, and we are so happy to have him. We are so excited that he agreed to come on the show tonight. Chalant is just the master at so many things. He is a music producer. He is a writer. He is an artist. He is a photographer, has very well-known photography all around the area and surrounding areas and hopefully nationwide. He is an excellent writer, and we are very happy to have him here today. We just gave you a little taste. He just gave you a little taste of some of his music, and he is here to talk to us today, also with a live interview, a never-before-seen interview with some facts and some information about Chalant. He is a star. He is excited to be here, and we have a lot of things to talk to him about today. Thanks, Chalant, for coming on the show.
I got you.
So the first thing we decided we were going to do was kind of fun with Chalant. It's called the lightning game.
We're going to put him on the spot.
We're going to put him on the spot, and the reason we're going to do this is we're going to get to know Chalant really quick with a really quick game. And
Okay.
before we get into the deeper stuff, since it is Sweetest Day weekend, we are going to ask him some love questions. But before we get into the deep stuff, to get to know about Chalant, we're going to do this game with him. Have you ever played Lightning?
Never.
Lightning round, we call
The
it.
lightning round.
Never.
Okay. I'm going to say 2 things, and you're going to pick the one you like the best. Okay? If there's a topic you don't want to answer, you're going to say pass. Simple as that.
Gotcha.
So instead of disrespecting you in any way, asking you something you don't want to talk about, if there's something you don't want to answer, just say pass, and we'll just go to the next one. All right?
I'm with it.
Are you ready?
Nah.
This may be more personal than anyone's asked.
I got you.
McDonald's or Taco Bell?
Taco Bell.
Sex or love?
Be careful.
Love.
Good one.
Miami or New York?
New York.
Kanye or Jay-Z?
Kanye.
Obama or Trump?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Obama.
Thank you.
Religion or spirituality?
Spirituality.
Boxers or briefs?
Briefs.
Silicone or real?
Real.
Band camp nerd or football star?
Band camp.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Trojans or Magnums?
They're the same thing.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, Magnums are Trojans.
Okay.
But yeah, of course, Magnums.
Okay. Apple pie or cherry pie?
Apple.
Kim or Chloe?
I'm going with Kim.
I'm going with Kim. Okay, we got it behind door number 1.
3 things you're really good at that no one knows.
Cooking, smelling cavities, and numbers. Anything with numbers.
Timberlands or Yeezys?
Tim.
Pepsi or Coke?
Oh, he hung up on
Coke?
this one.
All right. Cars or motorcycles?
Cars.
Yes.
Nike or Adidas?
I'm gonna go with Nike.
You killing us, man.
Come on, man.
Oh, right,
There you go.
15 minutes later.
Talking about women now. Skinny or thick?
Thick.
Halloween or Christmas?
Halloween.
Really? Wow, I didn't expect that one.
9mm or Glock?
40 Glock.
Tats or piercings?
Tattoos.
Easy or hard to get?
Hard.
Cardio or weightlifting?
Cardio.
Krispy Kreme or Dunkin' Donuts?
Crispy.
R&B or rap?
R&B.
New edition?
I ain't gonna say no certain groups, but you just get a different feeling with R&B that you can't get just from rap.
Right.
Downy or Snuggle?
I'm gonna say I'm down to Downy.
Okay.
Eyes or lips?
Eyes.
Butts or breasts?
Booty.
Booty.
Okay, that was fun. That was a lighting game.
Okay, we got to
That's
know
cool.
Shamant just a
we
little bit
got
more.
to learn a little bit about you with that game, okay? So now we're going to get into a little more deep
Well,
questions.
hold on, Renee. Before
okay?
you do that, let's introduce Renee somehow found this Sweeties Day Valentine style pizza over at Rocky Rococo's, you guys. So it's Sweeties Day tomorrow, right?
Sweetest Day's tomorrow. Let's ask everybody. Is Sweetest Day a man or woman holiday?
Huh.
Or is it even a holiday?
Maybe Sweeties Day is a man's holiday, right?
So we're supposed to do for the men tomorrow?
That's a good question. I mean, anyone else
What do you think?
got
Men
any
or
history
women?
on this?
I know it's supposed to be for the guys, but
Is it?
we don't never have none.
Yeah,
Y'all
they
take off.
don't get us nothing, and they don't acknowledge it.
I never
Until
said
it's
nobody
Valentine's.
ever. Was somebody celebrate?
It's not like they
I
say,
think-
"Oh, sweetie, it's your day today."
I think maybe one time my ex,
Right. They
Probably
pretend like they
good.
don't know nothing about it.
but it's all good. We ain't tripping.
Right.
We ain't tripping.
Yeah, it's all good. We don't need them laptops and 65-inch TVs from y'all.
We don't need
good.
that new car. We all right.
Oh,
Right.
geez.
But when it's Valentine's Day, you don't forget that though. You can't forget Valentine's Day, but Sweetie's Day is way underplayed. It's like, oh, it's just his day, whatever. You know.
I guess I'm supposed to get something for Sweetest Day, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we got the Rocky Rococo pizza.
Right.
We are going
Yeah,
to...
just so y'all, in case they didn't see it, we
Rocky
ate some of it,
Rococo's
didn't we?
has a Sweetest
It's a
Day
heart.
pizza.
It's a heart-shaped pizza. It's good. Anybody want some?
I don't want
Y'all
that.
good?
I don't want a
You
piece.
good? You good?
Okay.
I might eat some throughout the show just to let y'all know.
So, Shalant, we re-watched Nicotine last night. And it was so interesting because Nicotine is a song that you wrote. Very, very powerful song. Very, very powerful lyrics. And I actually listened to that song a lot. I might be part of them.
That's dope.
How many thousand people have watched that? Hundreds and thousands, right?
I think it's almost 50,000.
Yeah, you're at almost 50,000, 50K with that song. And I'm probably part of that.
I appreciate that for real.
Maybe I'm
Hey,
thinking
watch
like
it over and over again. If you
maybe
have
like
to,
hundreds out of that. But Nicotine, really great song. I know Samari was in it. Shout out to Samari for her part in the song as well. Beautifully done. And we watched it, and it's just such a powerful song, and it just has such a great beat. And anyone who hasn't seen Nicotine yet definitely needs to go on Shalant's page and rewatch Nicotine.
all you gotta do, you type in Shalant and Nicotine on your search bar on Facebook, and the video will pop up. Shalant and Nicotine, CHALANT, Nicotine.
And that should be on Facebook Watch. because now all videos are pretty much Facebook Watch. So if they go on Facebook Watch and type
check
in
it out too.
Chalant, even any video that you put out, if you titled it Chalant, all your videos will pop up under that name. So with Facebook Watch, you guys, that's how you can watch. How many videos you got up right now? Anyway?
I don't even know, man, to be honest. And shout out to Ryan Schultz for directing that music video as well, and the whole beat council.
Yeah,
that was nice.
That's a nice video.
Speaking of the videos,
we have a lot of questions. Yeah, we have some questions about nicotine.
Yeah.
So we both rewatched it a couple times last night and today because we both, you know, it was such a great tune. It's just powerful, but we both interpreted it a little different, and we want to know the story behind it.
The video?
The video and the song Nicotine. Like, did you one day just feel like, let me write this beat, or how did this song come to you, first of all, and second of all, in the video with the two different couples, what is actually the meaning to this?
The song came to me. I was literally smoking a cigarette one night, and I was at one of my friend's house. I was going through a lot of shit.
Was it really a cigarette you smoking though?
Yeah, 100. It was a cigarette, and it was like probably like 3 in the morning, something like that. And I was listening to this beat. It was just real sad. I think I was real sad. I was just depressed and stuff like that.
When you wrote it, you were in a bad place?
Yeah, I was definitely depressed. I was going over a breakup and all that stuff. So I was like, okay. And I was sick of smoking. I was bitching at myself, like, why the fuck do I keep smoking cigarettes? Like, It's not good for me. You know?
So you were like mad that you were smoking?
Yeah, I was, you know, and I was already in a bad mood, you know, kind of down. And I was listening to that beat, and I kind of came up with that nicotine kind of concept because I was like, you know, cigarettes aren't good.
Okay.
That's how the whole concept. It's like supposed to be like you're doing something, you know, it's not good for you, but it's addicting. You know, you're holding on to something that you know you're supposed to be trying to let go, but you know what I mean, you're so comfortable with it, you don't want to let it go. You know,
right.
Even though it's not good for you.
Even though you know it's not.
Good for you,
right? And it's like,
yeah.
You know, you were saying, you know, your love is like my nicotine, right?
Yeah.
Is that how part of it went? And so in the video, there were two separate couples, and so I interpreted it as they were just kind of talking about their own. It was just two separate couples, but they were living and feeling that way. And then when you and Samari were at the end of the film going walking past each other, almost as like you two were living those separate lives. They were very similar, and you didn't even know. Hamin interpreted it totally different. He thought that there was. How did you interpret it?
Well, to me, it seemed like he had a life with another person. She had a life with another person. But somehow they crossed paths and they were intrigued with each other. And anytime they got the opportunity, it seemed like they wanted to sneak away from their significant other to be with each other.
So which one was right?
You're right.
I'm right.
Yeah, there was just two different people living the same, you know, experience, you know, and they were just kind of like going through the same exact thing. So when we did the walking across paths, we didn't even really 100 the trillion. We didn't have we just wanted to do it, and it kind of fit in that little clip. We got it to look like it was, you know, what he got it to look like. You know, it was just like showing like how somebody you could be. You don't even know a stranger on the street, they'd be going through the same thing as you.
The exact same thing. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's how I interpreted it. Like, hey.
So you saying you didn't know the girl in the video, or?
You know what I'm saying? We did that little scene.
Yeah.
It was, we just did the scene. We just shot it because we were at the point, we were like, you know, it might look cool, let's just do it. And it kind of fit in on accident.
Right.
So I was right. The interpretation was that, hey, they're just walking down the street. They're both going through the same thing in a whole different household.
Yeah.
But they didn't know that about each other, but they were walking down the street and they didn't even know. Like, you know, like you and I could be walking down the street and it's the same thing we're going through, but we don't even know.
That's real deep to look at it though, like that. That's cool.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure everybody has their own interpretation of it.
Right.
And that is even what's more interesting with music. We all have our own interpretation of, you know, right, that was deep, how you saw it that way too.
Yeah, my perspective. I think with that song, if anybody was to watch the video, you know, I think you're gonna all get a different perspective of what you think you're seeing. So, you know, if you cut it down, then you can kind of see what you're saying. But I think everybody can watch the video and get their own perspective of what they think.
Most definitely.
So that's kind of why we got our own perspective.
Right. Were they, so both of the couples were trying to leave each other, their own separate couples?
Yeah, they were trying to go, you know. They were trying to get away from it, but they, love can make you do some stupid shit.
Right. So they were addicted to each
Even
other.
though it was bad, they were still holding on. I mean, people are going through that right now.
For sure.
It's just a relationship thing, you know. I didn't really have a super meaning, but it was almost, when I'd let the beat usually do the talking for me, you know. It was the beat. When I listen to a beat, if I feel it, whatever vibe I caught, I was catching the vibe. I was in Denver. I was in a hostel. You know, my first time in Denver, I went solo dolo just to kind of get away and check out Denver and see what was up. So I was in a hostel and I was just writing, you know, and I was listening to that certain beat, you know, and I was just zoning out writing.
Did you write that when you were in Denver?
Yeah, I wrote that right on the floor.
Cool.
I had a roommate. I forgot his name, but we were doing a lot of smoking.
You wrote it in Denver. That's cool.
It really just had a real poetic vibe, you know. We were in the room, I had a candle lit, I was on the floor, I had my headphones on, and I was just really feeling it, you know. And I just came up with it like right then and there.
Yeah, that was a really good, deep, good beat, great song too.
I appreciate it.
For sure. So now we want to ask you obviously some questions about your work and then your personal life as well. What's the way to best describe, you know, your career and all your different career moves? You're an artist, you're a writer, and you write music, you produce things, and you do artistic photography as well. How do you get interested in certain projects and different things you do? Is there anything that drives you to do a particular type of photography shoot or a particular music video, or do you just let things flow, or are you more organized in how you do that?
For the most part, I let things flow, you know. There's things, I believe in timing. You know, sometimes I believe in, different inspirations from different things, real simple things. You know, when it comes to different photography, music, and all that, it kind of like it's all together to me in one. Because, it's like it is all one thing, As I'm a hip-hop artist, first and foremost. As a writer, so with hip-hop, it comes the music, the beats, the visuals, the fashion, so all that kind of comes together, and that's why I work on all of it.
When did you start doing these things?
Well, music, I started younger. Really started just rapping and freestyling. I was more, hardcore hip hop when I was younger. I was about, showing face and proving I was that dude. I was just gonna be that dude that's rapping at the parties, or that dude that if I heard you're a rapper, when I see you, I'm gonna rap to you and kind of be in your face. That was how I started off, and because I was just something I like to do. I fell in love with music, and then I started getting into things like producing because I was looking for beats. I didn't really hear a lot of beats around the area that I liked, so I started making beats. Then I started hooking up with different directors and started co-directing, for visuals. Because I always have a vision behind usually everything I do, so I try to bring it to life, and it's kind of like, it's a real feeling of mine, it's like almost a high that I chase. It's bringing things to life that I can create just by thinking about it. Like an
artistic mind.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I want to do, and this is how I'm going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any big projects coming up?
I have B.O.B. the mixtape, hosted by RME, 100%. What up? Tone. It's gonna be actually something I wrote entirely when I was locked up, when I was in jail. I wrote the whole mixtape when I was in jail. So when I got out, I started laying it in the studio. And it's called B.O.B. Bars Over Bars.
Oh, cool.
I kind of hear that a lot, when you do time is, since you really don't have anywhere else to go, that's when you can really hone in to your best creativities. You get all this inspiration when you locked up. And, I think, Tupac wrote one of his best albums while he was locked up, I think. So.
Did he?
I think so. Like, which one was it? Do you remember?
I think it
Was it Machiavelli?
I think it was Me Against the World or one of them. I'm not sure. I think that was it.
Well, yeah.
All Eyes on Me, maybe that was it.
Oh, maybe.
I think it was All Eyes on Me, yeah.
Well, you hear that quite a bit. People, they can really hone into their best self, their best creativity when they're locked up.
Or when
write
you
their
put
best
yourself,
material, yeah.
or when you put yourself in a position where, like when you were in Denver, just where you kind of just, that's what you're gonna do, you're gonna just stay here for a week or whatever, and this is what you're gonna try to do. Or although I would think you would get like writer's block, like writers do, right? Hey, sometimes I know when I was writing, because I've been writing a book for like 10 years now.
Oh my goodness.
And I still haven't released it, but you're like, okay, I'm going to dedicate these 4 days or this whole week to writing, and then you get a writer's block or something like that. Does that happen with writing music too?
Not for me. I never really did that with music, because usually a lot of my music is never really. I have a thing. I never really plan my music. I never be like, okay, I'm gonna look for this type of beat and do this kind of song. I usually just let my music and stuff happen. And just kind of swear to moment. Because sometimes I won't write anything for a long time. Sometimes I won't step in the studio for a long time. But sometimes I might be in there like 6 times a month. And just all depends on time, feeling. I don't like kind of pushing things and like rushing things. So sometimes it's organized. I might organize studio time, but I have no clue what I'm gonna do when I get there until it's kind of like around that time, and I'm like, okay, I feel this, and I can do this, and
Right. Do you work well under less pressure? I know I don't like pressure. I don't like pressure.
I don't work good under less pressure. I wish I had a lot of amount of pressure on me when it came to doing things. Like that's why I want a team, which might happen real soon. I just ain't gonna say nothing about it, but I would love people pushing me to different levels, because I think that's how you get to different levels when it comes to whatever you're doing.
Someone that says, "Hey, by this day, this is what we want
like
you to finish," or
whatever.
whatever.
Like some people hit me up like, "Yeah, can you do this for me and this and that?" I need it done that day, and I'm like, "Okay, cool." It shoots me to do it like the same day, So I don't have anybody like pushing me to do music or pushing me to do photography. I have to push myself. And sometimes you're not always motivated.
Right.
Sometimes you need a break, and sometimes you might not be feeling shit. I'm a human too at the end of the day.
Right.
So
For sure.
a lot of shit comes into play.
I want to take a moment. If you guys have any questions for Shallant that you want to know, if you've seen his video, or if you even took a moment real quick to check it out while we're interviewing him, and you got questions, feel free to ask those questions about now while he is here. I will be watching the comments and relaying those questions to him. So just want to get that out of the way.
Right. Good point. So, do you have a photograph that you're most proud of, and if you are, why?
I have a favorite. It's when I shot it like right at sunrise. I got up before sunrise to go shoot it in Racine down at the beach, and I just like it because I can look at it and it brings me back to like that same moment. It's crazy. When you look at the photo. Yeah, it's like I can feel everything. I can see everything. I can even hear shit sometimes.
That from that day.
Yeah, I planned it, but I didn't think it was gonna be that much that dope. It was just real dope, especially being. I like nature. Nature is like the most beautiful thing.
Okay, now to the sweetest day type questions.
Okay.
Okay, a couple questions. One is, do you have any children?
No, I do not have any children.
Are you single?
Am I single? No, I'm not single.
Okay.
I'm dating somebody right now.
There you go. Own it.
Are you from the Racine or Kenosha area, or did you grow up somewhere different? Did you grow up in Wisconsin?
Yeah, I grew up here in Wisconsin, in Kenosha. I've lived in Racine, I've lived in Zion, I've lived in different places around, but it's always been in Wisconsin, around southeast Wisconsin.
Okay. Describe your ideal woman.
A hard worker, strong-minded, loyal, and real.
Real.
Yeah, that's about it.
About it.
I mean, if you're talking about what are you getting specific?
No, like that. Yeah, I mean, just like what comes to mind, like, hey, this is the type of woman I want, and you know.
I think every guy wants a woman like that, though. You know, I think.
Right.
So Rob asked a question. He said, "Yo, what you spitting on while you spitting those bars?" And why? And it's funny he asked that because we went and got you a little gift, and I guess this ain't strong enough for you, right? What is this? He looked at this and said, "Nah, this ain't gonna cut it." Because he demanded. He said, "Yo, I gotta have cognac, you know, when I'm drinking, when I'm on the show." And he said, "Nah, this ain't the quality of it." So what is it that you sip on when you write your bars? Rob wants to know. What are you sipping on when you write?
Sometimes I don't sip at all, but if I do sip, I'm sipping on some Miller High Life.
Really? Just
Or some
beer,
Crown Royal, or maybe some Hennessy.
Okay.
That's probably the most likely.
Okay. Spring Violet, she said, "Nice to see looks don't rank up there that high."
Or not at all.
Okay.
Do you hope to get married one day?
I don't care.
Either way.
Yeah, I don't care. You know, it's not a big thing, not a big deal. Maybe I might hook up with a partner and we don't want to get married. Maybe we do. Either way, you know.
You're open.
Yeah.
Got it.
I just want to do it for the right reasons. If you get married, I think it's a lot of people get married for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
A lot of people just get married because they want to be with somebody. But marriage is like, I thought it was supposed to be more religious than anything. I thought, you know, you're supposed to do it under the eye of their God. You know, it's under, you know, that's what I thought marriage was supposed to be about. So you guys could really do stuff without committing sins and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't think people do it for that reason.
Have you been married before?
No way.
How old are you? Did I ask you that? How old are you?
I'm not gonna tell you.
Okay. Hey, I said before the show, if there's something I ask and you don't want to answer, just say pass. Or I'm not going to tell you.
We'll get out of them before the end of the show.
Okay, what about this one? If you're not going to say how old you are, what is the oldest lover you've ever had? That's a hot question.
Are you saying sex or are you saying lover?
Both.
I would think around 40 something.
He's like 40 something. Not 49 though, but 40.
I'm not sure. It might have been. I mean, around 40 something. I would say probably 45 was oldest. I would give it 45.
45. Do you
Yeah.
find anything different with older women versus younger women when you're dating?
I mean, you could just say it. The younger ones are more flexible.
I would say.
Flexible?
I would say.
I'll just put
You
it
mean
out.
physically or mentally? Or both?
Physically for sure.
I would say no. I would say in this day and age, you know, it's all about age ain't really about anything. It's all about maturity, I think, at the end of the day. You could be with an older woman, you know, and expect her to do things that an older woman would do, and she might not. And you can be with a younger girl, and she might do the opposite. So it depends on the people.
Yep.
You know, how people were raised, what they're doing, what they're about. You know.
All that.
Spring
Yeah.
Violet asked the question: would you get married in the church?
Would I get married in the church if I got married? Definitely depends on what church. It just all depends, you know.
Do you have a religion?
I was raised Baptist.
Okay.
I believe in a higher power. You know, I believe in a higher power.
Okay, that's all you need, really, right? Is to believe in
For
something, right?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your family background. Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have 3 sisters. We were mostly raised in Kenosha. Most of my family's from down south Mississippi as well.
Down south.
All my family's from down south.
Have you gone down there?
I've been down there a few times. I'm planning on going more.
People are nicer down south, right? Than here?
Yeah, they are.
They're just really just nice and kind and just, hey, how you doing?
Ma'am,
And-
sir.
Some people are, it's just the hospitality, you know.
yeah.
It's just hospitality, I guess. It's just like that. It's like a different place. People might say like it's the same everywhere, but those are the same people that have those crappy attitudes that probably make our place seem like that is sometimes. You know, it's hospitality and it's about how you're raised. You know.
For sure.
Rob had a good question. He said, if offered, are you going to take the contract or stay independent?
Oh, that's a really good question, Rob. Really good question.
What would you do if somebody said, look, we want to sign you today? Are you going to be like, you know what, I'd rather stay independent, or I won't take that deal and get that?
It depends on who it is.
Yeah,
It
that's a
depends
good
on who it
question.
is and what kind of contract.
Who do you know any artists off the top of your head that want to be that are independent? Wasn't Drake independent?
It was under Young Money, Entertainment, Cash Money.
Okay, so he was signed then.
Yeah.
'Cause I heard for a minute something about he was I think even in one of his lyrics he said was independent at some
He has his
point.
own record label too as well. I mean, I'm pretty sure at some point everybody's got to be independent.
Right,
You don't
you
just
start off.
jump in a record label right away. You know, you got to
Right.
start off getting a buzz. You got to do your thing.
Right, but there are artists that refuse to sign. I mean, there's some bigger artists, you know, with YouTube out these days, and now we just have so much more technology where you can distribute your music on your own. It's like we're getting more and more advanced to where you don't even need that label no more because of what we have available to us. You know, so a lot of people these days, a lot of artists are like, you know what, I don't want the label. I want to be independent so I can have my own voice in my music. They don't want, they don't want somebody
How do
telling
you
them what to
generate
do.
income through that then?
They,
if they're not signed with
they
someone?
hustle. It's all about hustling. Getting that. They're still making money on the sales. They're putting their own music on SoundCloud or whatever these. I don't know all the music channels, but there's a lot of them out there. iTunes, and you can still make money that way. And they just don't want someone telling them how to do their music, what to write, what to do, how to do it. And so a lot of newer artists, they want to be independent, so they can dress the way they want to dress, be who they want to be, and not be told, look, we want to market you this way. We want you to market this. They don't want that control of the label.
But if it was like, right. If it was a big contract deal, like you said, it would have to. It depends. Because I'm sure it would depend with anyone, right? Because you're not just. It doesn't matter really how big it is. If it's somebody you don't want to work with, done probably. It doesn't matter anyway.
Rob said, I hear the independents want contracts and the contract rappers want independent. So I guess it's that happy medium that you're never really going to reach either way, I guess. So who knows?
It depends.
But I wanted to talk a little bit. Are you?
There was one more question
Okay.
I wanted to ask.
Oh, go ahead.
Is there something, what offends you most? Is there something in the world that just really, a lot of us want to know that about artists and photographers and music producers. We want to know, is there something that offends you? Just in general, like a pet peeve, or what's something like if you had to say, you know what, that's the worst thing, that's the most offensive thing, I'm not dealing with anybody related to doing this kind of stuff. Is there anything that you could think of?
This is a liar.
Liar.
I don't know. I guess that doesn't really offend me much either.
Yeah.
But I don't really. I'm offended with stuff all the time, or disappointed with stuff all the time.
You was
the
disappointed
world.
when I got you the wrong drink.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, I'm not drinking this.
But I would say just Nah, not really, I guess.
We got some interesting questions for you, actually. Poppy said, how do you feel about old-fashioned women versus men roles? That's kind of, do you understand the question?
Gender roles, like do things men should
Right.
do, tradition, like take out the garbage.
Yeah,
Oh.
like should the man be the one to do just the
I don't believe in
old
that.
fashioned? You think? Well, wait a second. I remember you posted something about
Uh-oh.
women cooking.
Oh, what you
But
say?
I never said that I wasn't cooking either.
True. Oh, okay, right. You didn't.
Yeah.
See, so someone could assume that.
I often talk about food. You know, I love food.
Right.
And that's one thing. And
artist to his stomach, right?
yeah, definitely. I mean, if I won't be with a girl if they can't cook,
Right. I mean,
that doesn't mean I can't cook because I can cook too.
yeah.
But I wouldn't be with a female that can't cook because I feel like it's just a good feeling when your girl can
Yeah.
cook. You know,
come home
like
from work, you just want a
you
nice
can cook a
cooked
good
meal.
meal. Like that's the best thing in the world.
But you'll cook her.
And if you
meal
really
too.
love your girl, you be looking at her like, God damn, like this is my girl. She's getting it in. Like I'm about to do this, and you know, it brings better stuff to it as well.
Right.
to the relationship.
If she can
Most
make
definitely.
that stomach happy when you get off work, it's like, man, this, I got a good one here.
It's more than just the food, you know.
Yeah.
It's more, it's a thing. And for me, at least.
What
know.
do you feel about, like, do you feel like guys should still be opening the car doors for females, or what's your thoughts on that? How old school are we talking here?
Okay, I think that should be done, as well. I mean, but
Wait,
it's
with
not
what?
to an extent. I'm not saying you have to open the door
Should a
every
guy
single
still
time
open
for
the
your
door for a
girl.
woman?
But I think,
Yeah, I do.
but I think,
Card, all that.
but I think if it comes to your mind, maybe, or if the time is right, or you can, do it. But every day, like, maybe, I don't know. I would say it would be a good habit to have. Yeah, I should do it more.
So you kind of do got
it's not a bad thing.
A little old fashioned.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing.
Gentleman type thing going.
Yeah, I think it's cool to show that you have gentleman tactics to you.
Okay, Keith Richmond said, "You want to do a song with Dot Rich? Who the heck is that?"
We're gonna make some music soon. Dot Rich, he's an artist from Kenosha. He's doing big things, very very big things. K Dot, what up?
Okay. And Spring Violet just said, "I think when liars are people who don't keep their word."
Yeah, that's a really big.
Yeah,
That's a really big deal. To
I'm
me.
running into that all the time though.
You, especially,
Really?
I would think being in,
Yeah, I think I don't know why people do it. But
Why they don't keep their word or lie or what?
Or don't keep your word.
people lie
Yeah,
a
that's all
lot.
you
Like
really
people
should
say like
have
I'm gonna
is
do
your
this or
word.
I'm about to do this or I'm on this or especially if you like make plans and then people will just be like make excuses and shit like that. I'll be like, it's cool, but I know people are gonna do that shit to the end of time. I mean that's something they gotta deal with at the end of the day.
But people lie a lot more, I think, nowadays. I just feel like everybody, like, like, I know one of my girlfriends and I were talking about that the other day, just like the fact that, and I'm not even trying to hear what anybody's saying anymore because they're all liars. That's how I feel. There's got to be some good people out there. I know there's good people out there, but there's a lot of liars too, They're fakes or people trying to be something they're not, to impress other people, sellouts, Like you just gotta be you.
I think
You just gotta be you.
I think it has a lot to do with psychological problems.
Well, in
more
the
than
industry, how important is it to be like 100? I mean, do you find because now you're even doing independent films and movies now, so you're working. I mean, you're a photographer. You're doing music videos. You're rapping, singing. You're doing all this entertainment stuff. Have you been in this situation where you feel like you've been compromised as far as what you believe to get where you want to be?
Oh, that's a
Have
great
anybody
question.
ever put you in that situation and say, well, Shalon, you're a little too honest. If I can get you to do this, I can get you here quicker. If you were to do something a little shady for this to this person,
Or we
that
need you to
person,
do that.
step
Come
on this
on, do
person's
this.
toes. I mean, how have you seen anything or been in any situation that you almost felt like your integrity was being tested or compromised, or what? What's your experience been like?
People sometimes they play slick shit. A lot of people do like play roles, and try to get you to do some shit that they're not really, you really don't know, but they might be trying to do some under the table shit by trying to give you suggestions to do certain things, and it's not really benefiting you, but they have some stuff under wraps that they're not really probably telling you about. You know,
Yeah,
people
so-
do.
Right,
Some people are really
So
slick.
underlying agenda.
Yeah, you would call it stuff like that. You know, like different artists around my way, they play stuff, games like that. You know, but nobody does that shit to me anymore.
Right.
You know, because I don't play that shit.
So you feel like you haven't really had your integrity tested too much.
Not lately. I've had some. You know, I won't really speak on stuff, but people doing a lot of shady stuff to me in this business.
So it could be this. So the business is still like it always has been. It seems like it's still got some shady.
Yeah, it still got
aspects,
shady aspects.
even
of
today.
it. Even today.
How's your film on film? You know, I did independent film back in the day. You know, I did some reality TV show stuff, so I know the grind of trying to do film and then, but I never did the music. So how is it when you coming from music stepping into film? How is that transformation, or how is that to go from one thing to the next? Is that an easy transition for you? Is that something you're still learning?
It's something
What's
I'm
it?
definitely still learning. And I'm learning new stuff all the time when it comes to that. You know, I didn't really take acting serious until I got picked up a few times, and I was like, obviously they see something in me, so maybe I should start seeing that too.
Right, right.
Are you able to say what this project is, the name of it, that people can, or what can you say about the project?
'Cause you
So
were
if
in
people
a-
want to see you,
You were
or
in
look
a-
out for it, can you say anything like the name of this project or anything?
You were recently in a movie role, correct?
Yeah, the movie is called If There Be Thorns,
Okay.
directed by K. Dot Entertainment.
So eventually it should be on IDMB, website or something, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be out soon. It's gonna be out very, very
What's
soon.
the
They
name
just
again?
dropped
One
it.
more time? Can there
If
be?
There Be Thorns, if you want to look up Keith Richmond on Facebook,
Okay.
they just dropped a trailer today.
All right,
Oh,
so you
they
guys
did.
look
A little
oh,
trailer.
really?
I think it said trailer coming soon. I'm not sure. It was a really short clip, and I was just really paying attention to it, and I had some people in my ear too.
Right.
So I just kind of wanted to look at it, and I made sure I shared it. But it's definitely coming out.
There's a place for the other slaves underground.
There's no such thing as being free on this here earth. We were made to work.
And we're gonna share Shalant's information when this video is edited and put on YouTube as well. If you would like to get in contact with Shalant in regards to photography, movies, any music type information or questions, and how would someone go about getting in touch with you right now?
They can email me at donlang84@gmail.com, or they can contact me directly on Facebook at Call Him Shalant. Call Him, one word, as in call and him, put it together. And then Shalant, CHALANT. And Instagram, I mean, just
And you have
depends
two
on.
Facebook sites.
Yeah, Dontrell Langston is also a Facebook, but that one's pretty much filled, so I had to make another one.
So then you have Shalant and Dontrell.
Yeah.
And I follow both of those, and you should as well follow both of his pages, Shalant and Dontrell. Very, very successful artist. And so they could contact you directly through your Facebook as well.
Mhm.
Okay, so I know I'm not as big as able to respond to Messenger as much, but that's okay with you.
Yes, no
with
problem.
that as well. And is there anything else that you would like to tell the public about yourself, or anything that you would like known, or any other questions from anyone else?
Well, Poppy, she said, what is more important to you, success or fame?
Success or fame? I would say success, because I don't care about fame. I just do what I do because I like to actually do it.
Mm-hmm.
So the fame just comes with it. People get to know you and stuff like that. But I'd rather get success because I'd rather have money just because I want to be able to provide for my family.
Right.
Okay, good.
That's it.
One thing I wanted to ask before I forget was just the photo you guys were talking about earlier that you took with the different body styles of women?
Oh yeah,
That was a very powerful photo. Can you just Tell me again. I caught a little bit of your conversation, but I was setting everything up.
Well, that was
how was that inspired? And can you tell them a little bit about that photo?
That was inspired by Sade Jarrett. She's a author, poet as well. She does a lot. She's an artist. She hit me up to do that photo shoot.
Can you tell us what that was about?
It was more of a more of a black empowerment for women. You know, it was just a nice thing. You know, to help out her fellow sisters. You know, people that wanted to get involved. You know, different shades of melanin were definitely involved on a beautiful sunny day. She definitely did her thing. She does a lot when it comes to that empowerment stuff. You know, you guys should definitely check out her page as well and get her. She has, I don't know if it's still up for sale, but she definitely has 2 books. She wrote. She's a writer. She does her thing. So.
And do you have a website for your photography?
You can look me up on Instagram at _Chalant_.
That's your photography?
Yep, and you can also look up under I'm Just Chalant on Instagram as well. That's another photography page. It's not up yet, but it will be up soon.
What would you say your style of photography is? You know, there's wedding photographers, there's fashion photography, commercial model photography. What is your specialty of photography? Landscape, I mean, what do you love to
No
do?
limit? You're a no limit type of guy?
I don't have a specialty. Okay. I just like to be challenged and try to do something new. You know, I have a lot of things that I like to bring to life. I might contact somebody about, or I sit back and I just like to create moments for people, to be honest. You know, that's what it's about. You know, create moments. I mean, if you can, we have the technology to do so. You know,
right.
So I like to utilize the art that I have. You know.
If you're willing or able, would you be willing to put that picture I was talking about into maybe even one of the comments when you have time?
Yeah,
just so people can know what we were talking about with this interview today, because that was one that stood out to me too. It was really, I was just like, wow, that's really neat. I hadn't seen one like that in a long time.
It was a really dope photo.
And a lot of your photos, you know, with women in calming moments are really good also, because we're always in chaotic moments in our lives and the way that you take a lot of the pictures, a lot of the women are in different type of calming like scenes, and just looking at, and that's probably your intention as an artist, to look at the picture and feel more relaxed. And just looking at those pictures, you feel a lot more relaxed.
Yeah, I've shot like different feelings when it came to models and stuff like that. I've shot some stuff, but I just don't put everything on social media. Some people don't even want their pictures up; they just want it for themselves. So I don't share it. Mostly, if you see a picture shared on any of my social media, it's because that person had already put it up prior.
Right.
And then I see, but okay, they put it up, so I'll pay my respect, and then I'll put it up and promote it as well.
Right, exactly.
So usually, if they don't put it up, I probably will put it up.
Right, so there's probably a lot of excellent photos that we haven't seen too.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff too. I'd shoot any kind of photography.
Yeah, I've seen, like, you know, being in the model industry, I've seen you have some fashion model style photos too that you do. So yeah, if you guys are looking to get into modeling, or for your kids or whatever, Chalant is definitely the man you want to book to do those photos for you. Because I know when you go into the industry, you're going to need a portfolio, you're going to need headshots, comp cards. So this would be the man to contact. I've seen some of his work. He's got some good commercial modeling work, fashion modeling work. So definitely hit him up if you guys are in need of some photos.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll be able to, if you're available sometime in the next month or two, get a topic photo shoot.
I definitely got you.
Yeah.
We need to update.
We need some of our photos updated, and I would definitely rather have Chalant.
Yeah, y'all got the fast. Y'all are killing it with the Adidas tonight. I already told you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
She's a designer, so.
Oh, she did it. I feel it.
She hooks us up every episode. She goes dive into the mood, and she decides what we should wear. So that's all.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, I'm gonna have to maybe hit you up, or for a video shoot or something, do stuff like that.
Yep. I love that stuff. I do.
Rob says, all right, homie, time to celebrate the birthday. Hit me up when you're
That's
done.
that, Rob. Happy birthday, Rob. You already know. I'll see you later.
Happy birthday, Rob.
Much love to Chalant. Play, share, talk about this man is what he's saying.
That's love, bro.
You know Rob.
Yeah, I know Rob. He's a big supporter of mine. Been for years. Him and his girlfriend. Shout out to Jess too.
Good.
She said I'm the only person that's allowed to call her Jess. So shout out to Jess.
There you go.
Yeah, and I think, Shalon, as I've, gotten to know you through the years, one of the things that has been really intriguing to me to follow your pages is, you're just so genuine and you're so real. And I think I probably wrote that on a lot of your stuff that you write. I'm like, hey, you keep that real, you keep that real, you keep that real. And because, people don't want carbon copies of everybody else in this world, right?
True.
And you're different and you're real and you're true to yourself and you never swayed. You never swayed no matter what throughout the years. We watch you and you keep getting better and better. And not only do you keep getting better and better, you still don't change who you are internally. And that's very hard to find in people. So that's one of the reasons I followed you for a lot of years. And so I was really excited that you were able to come tonight. So thank you so much.
I appreciate you guys having me, yo.
For sure. Keith, maybe you know what this means. I don't. He said, did they ask about the Mayday show and the Halloween party? What's he talking about?
We want to know.
I'm hosting a Halloween party on the 25th at the Doubletree in Pleasant Prairie.
Okay.
Be there. It's free to get in, and it's all ages.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
On the 25th. What day of the week is that?
What day is Halloween?
I'm not even sure.
31st.
I'm not even sure. I also will be opening up for Mayday in Milwaukee
now, what
next
is that,
month.
a rapper? What is that?
Yeah, they're under Strange Music, under why am I don't understand. Tech Nine, the rapper. It's his record label. It's some of his artists.
So you're opening up for him too?
Mayday. I've opened up for him actually with the We Are One. We opened up for him already at the rave. So they're Strange Music. They really rock with them. And We Are One, and they rock with me, so we all rock together, you feel me?
That's cool. That's cool. So you have a very busy life and a busy planner.
Yeah.
Very busy life. It seems like a lot of people are asking you to do a lot of different things.
Yeah, but I love it. I love it.
We know you love it, but do you ever, what do you do? Okay, what do you do if you're not doing artistic work, photography work, movie roles, or music? What do you do for fun?
Eat.
Eat?
I just try to chill, sometimes I just seclude myself. I might sit back and I want to watch a movie, I'm a human too. I just like to chill, eat, have good times. I like to laugh a lot. I'm a really a goofy kind of dude. I like to gun. I like to see people smile and laugh around me, I like to have a good time.
Netflix or Redbox?
Who uses Redbox? They need to get rid of that thing.
Oh, people still use it. We have someone watching in the background.
Our intern back here said she does.
We have an intern in the background that doesn't want to be on camera, and she still uses the Redbox, y'all.
I know.
No more Redbox.
Oh, man.
No more Redbox.
They're cheap, though. They're 99-cent movies.
I'm just kidding. You can watch Redbox. I don't care what you say.
Oh,
These days, with all the streaming devices, I don't know how much longer Redbox can make it, but we'll see.
We'll see. Well, thank you so much, Shalon, for coming. Thank you so much, Hamin, for again, as well, all the logistics and everything.
Helping
I do what I do. Me with the planning and doing everything you do with the editing. And so we thank you for watching Raw Topic tonight. Anything else from either one of you?
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. We appreciate it. Hopefully we'll, in another year or 6 months from now when we have you on again, there'll be all types of new stuff and we'll be like, we got to catch up with Shalon. Can you come on again? It's been about 6 months or a year.
I'll definitely see what's up with that, definitely.
And if you're willing to come back on in the future, we can talk about everything, which is probably
yeah, shout out to my barber too. JG.
Oh, you gotta give a shout out.
He got me right before the show, before this interview, so I gotta shout him out.
Perfect.
There you go.
Yes. Oh, I gotta give a shout out.
And shout out to my Lyft driver, Julia. What's up?
Oh, that's cool. I gotta give a shout out
to the driver.
I gotta give a shout out to Brittany Vega. I bought these earrings from her yesterday.
Them some big ones right there.
Yeah. They're pretty big, right? You don't see these big hoops.
Okay, I see them now.
Often.
Okay, those are thick ones.
Brittany Vega, I bought these from her. If anyone wants to look at her page, she also sells tons of jewelry. Gotta give a shout out to you, girl.
Okay, and you guys, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel already, I have no clue what you guys are waiting for. Go ahead to our YouTube channel. The link is on our Raw Topic page.